Welcome back. We are talking the language of love with certified sex therapist Emily deAyala and sex and relationship expert Dr. Gabrielle Morrissey. If you have a question, call us at 713-284-1055. Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning, Lenora.
Good morning.
What's your question or comment?
Hi. I wanted to know, how do you feel about dating sites? I tried Tinder, but there's so many disrespectful men on there. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I know people who've been on dating sites and got married, and it's all great. I know others who say, yeah, it's a magnet for people who just want to use and abuse.
True. I mean, I think for some people it can just be completely overwhelming, especially the ones that they don't really filter down what your, requirements are, and anyone can look at your profile, or you're bombarded with emails, and that can feel really overwhelming. I think for some people who start to feel that way, deciding to maybe invest a little bit more in a more personalized matchmaking service may be a good next step. But, the truth is, for some people, either one can work out really well.
And I guess if you approach it as this is not my husband or wife I'm meeting, but an experience I'm having.
I won't sit on the fence on this one. I'm all for them. Yeah. I think it's just a reflection of where we are in today's day and age. They're often free or affordable. It's a way to shop. We're so compartmentalized in our life. We're stressed out at work. We don't often trust the judgment or want our friends and family interfering in our choices or knowing how many people we might be dating at one time.
Yeah, they're saying yes because you've had the mother and the grandmother going, look at that man right over there. He cute, honey. You should. Right.
You can do it in the privacy of your own home. Make your own choices. Explore in ways that you may even surprise yourself. I'm all for it. Just don't do it too long without meeting somebody. Yeah. Because then it can be a waste of everybody's time.
And know when to cut it off. If you're in the middle of that date, you figured out that this is not going to work. Don't have a next one.
Right.
Okay. Let's go to Michael. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
All right. What is your question for our therapist?
I recently met someone whom I think is perfect in every way. The only issue is that I'm not sexually attracted to her. It causes me quite a bit of anxiety, actually. I'm thinking if I could get her to lose some weight, maybe that would be awesome. But I don't think that's sustainable in the long run. What's a guy to do?
All right, okay, but wait. Now y'all, y'all are all saying, oh, no, and right? But you all know that you have some requirements yourself. You need to be honest about what somebody looks like. And, it doesn't have to be Brad Pitt stepping out or whatever. But you know that there's a certain level that you kind of go, okay, I wish there's a little here, a little there. So how do you approach that? Because he's being honest, right? Okay. So
I think it's one thing if when you get together the person was one way and they maybe start to let themselves go completely. I mean, I always remind people, let yourself age, changes are going to happen, but letting yourself go completely is a little bit of a different story. It's kind of who did I marry originally, but
she's perfect in every way.
I'm doubting that.
Except for she has a little jelly roll that he's not happy about. Which goes into, so, I mean, you got it. I don't know. How do you say it? Do you say, hey, you're perfect in every way, but listen.
If you want to break up, that's the perfect thing to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you got to sneak it in where you're like, well, hey, I'm going to the gym. You want to meet me there?
That's a better approach. Yeah. It's a better approach, but it's still a bit passive-aggressive. I think he needs to examine what he really wants. How important is that? We all want to be relatively unconditionally loved, certainly accepted for who we are, if that's going to be your one and only partner. So this is not off to a good start.
I remember sitting on my closet floor going, nothing fits, and I gained weight the whole bit. My husband just sat down, and he let me cry, and he goes, what do you want to do? Right. What can I do to help? And that was it. So, and I'm still eating cupcakes. But anyway, it goes into body image, which I think women more so than men, at least we assume, really suffer with that. The whole thing of feeling sexy in the bedroom. If we don't feel good about our body, then that shuts down.
But I think you say women more so than men, but men suffer with it too. I think, yes, generally speaking, women probably feel it a little bit more, but you might be surprised how many guys come into the office and say, I've gained some weight and I'm feeling really bad about myself, and that's affecting, my sexual desire. And so it can definitely go both ways. I think there's a lot of pressure, and social media has
we usually see, like, on the tabloid magazines, like Kelly Clarkson and Juliana Rancic, and both sides of the spectrum there. They're saying with Kelly, oh my God, gosh, she gained so much. Of course, with TV, which TV adds like a billion pounds, Kelly Clarkson probably gained 10 pounds and all of a sudden it's over. Juliana Rancic, super, super skinny, which, you know, in a lot of people's heads, you can't be too skinny. And so we struggle with both sides of that so much. And it's amazing to me how somebody can gain some weight and suddenly you're not viable as a human being anymore.
So true, so true.
I can't stand this. Drives me crazy. You could take 10 women and have a panel of media people and social media people who are extremely catty and criticize something about their physical appearance, particularly weight, for one reason or another. And it just sends this message of no matter what we do as women, we cannot be good enough. We just cannot be good enough.
And
so
it's also
I
an
say,
aesthetic value.
don't try.
Yeah, don't try.
I mean, not let yourself go, but don't let it stop you from living your life. I can't stand to see women and mothers who don't get on the grass with their kids and roll around and have fun because they're feeling self-conscious and like they can't physically do it or somebody's going to stare at them. And women especially who say, I'm not going to let my husband see me naked because I don't look like I used to 10 years ago, or I don't want to do that. I kind of think the idea of doing, you know, some sort of dance for my husband would be fun, but only if I'm fully clothed. I would not take a strip of clothes
And you know what's
off.
so funny? Most men don't care. They don't. It's like, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like, clothes on, clothes off, whatever. But yeah, and it is. And the thing is, we approach it from an aesthetic place as opposed to a health place. Too skinny is not healthy. Too fat is not healthy. But no, we don't look at it that way. We look at it as, do you look like this ideal, sexy person who even the supermodels usually aren't?
I just want to remove too thin and too fat completely from the vernacular and make it about healthy and hot.
Yes.
You can be healthy and you can be hot in any kind of shape.
And it really comes from within.
Yes.
It does come from within.
All right, because you know all about the base, about the base. No,